Hey, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I'm saying? And I originally was not going to do another video. I was not. But, you know, my social media has been blowing up the last hour or so in regards to one Josh Alexander. And, you know, I have a conspiracy. I definitely got a conspiracy on this one, B. Oh, man. Like, I'm pumped. So, Josh Alexander, you know, announced at an indie show tonight that, you know, he is about to be done with independent wrestling. You know, he's going to be done with independent wrestling in 2025. And ironically enough, his contract is up around that time too. In January, I believe in January. You know what I'm saying? I believe in January. Now, here's my thing, okay? So with Nickelodeon, so you know, like I said, with him announcing that he's done with independent wrestling, right? Or like he's no longer taking independent bookings after January, I believe, right? You know, if like he has a contract up, right? Why is he all of a sudden, you know, now he's no longer taking indie bookings? Why all of a sudden? Why all of a sudden? You know, if he stopped taking independent bookings all of a sudden after this year and in January, right? Yeah, and the reason why I say January is because he has, you know, the last date is in January. I gotta get the flyer. But if he's stopping to take, you know, indie bookings after that day, wouldn't you think that he's on his way out of TNA and heading on to, I don't know, let's say Orlando, Florida? You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm getting. You know, if Josh Alexander was going to sign with AEW, right? Don't you think he will still be allowed to do indies? You know, just like every other wrestler that's there. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing with that too is, you know, Scott D'Amore, he made a visit last week at the Performance Center, right? You know, they was giving him a tour. You know, they was basically, you know, showing him around the place and such. You know, if you are not, my thing is this, if you are a person, quote unquote, visiting the Performance Center, you know, why the fuck are you being, you know, given a tour of the place and everything else? That doesn't make any fucking sense out of nowhere. You know, here's my thing, okay? Scott D'Amore is on his way to WWE. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to be working with creative and you know, and all sorts of talent scout to help out and such. And Josh Alexander is more than likely going to go wherever, you know, Scott D'Amore goes because he has a respect for him there. Like there is a big respect there. You know, my gut feeling is Josh Alexander he's going to stop doing indies and he's going to sign with WWE. That's my gut feeling. Because again, like, how is it that he just stopped doing indies out the blue? That's weird, right? That's very fucking weird. Like, we seen this with the Motor City Machine Guns, where they stopped doing indies. You know, like they made a last indie date, and after that, they wound up going to WWE. Remember, if they were going to go to AEW, they would still do indies. But the fact that when a wrestler stopped doing indies and such, that means that wrestler is more than likely on their way to WWE. And I think that's where Josh Alexander is headed. You know, the other thing too is if that would have been the same thing, like that should be the biggest indication that somebody's definitely going to WWE. Because if that was the case with Speedball Mike Bailey, don't you think, you know, he would stop doing indies? You know what I mean? Like, I do believe he still does indies, you know, aside with his TNA bookings. But the same shit here with fucking Josh Alexander. You know, Josh Alexander, like I said, he just stopped doing indies. Like, nobody's just going to stop doing indies just for the fuck of it. You know, my thing is, he's on his way to WWE. he has a very strong presence with Scott D'Amore. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the Make Believe Pro Wrestling is basically a company where they just do super shows. They don't do, you know, TV shows or whatnot. They just do like super shows and shit. But, you know, it's not weekly. It's none of that. You know, and listen, you know, if Josh Alexander is on his way to WWE, which I do believe he is, you know, after this announcement, you know, this is a massive, massive pickup for WWE. I mean, man, you know, they got themselves a stud that, that could work WWE and, you know, could either work by himself or, like I had explained earlier in the week, you know, when it came down to the Speedboard Mike Bailey thing, you have, you know, he already has a storyline right there ready to go with Ethan Page. You know what I mean? And they could form, you know, they could form the North, they could reform the North back in NXT. Now, I mean, this is, like I said, this is a big coup. Now, I mean, this is a nice big coup for WWE, if that's the case. And I feel like, you know, that is the direction that he's going. Because he said new opportunities. You're not going to get any new opportunities with TNA, especially like after you know, accomplish everything you need to accomplish in TNA. And like I said, if this was AEW, they would still allow him to work fucking indies. They would still allow him to do it. You know, they would still allow him to do it. So like I said, my gut feeling on all this, he's on his way to WWE. Now, I mean, like, you know, that's a big, again, it's a big thing. It's a big fucking thing. And look, TNA will survive. You know what I mean? Like, with this new relationship that they got with WWE, I'm pretty sure, you know, WWE will help them out with talent and everything else. I'm pretty sure with that. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, you know, this is the new partnership that they have. And so, you know, I'm pretty sure that WWE will help them loan talent. And I'm pretty sure they'll help them, you know, scout talent and everything else. Now, I mean, like, you can fucking see it. Like I said, Jordan Grace is on her way out. Joe Hendry's not on his way out yet, but you know he's on his way out. Jonathan Gresham, more than likely, is on his way out. Wherever Jordan Grace goes, you know, he's going to go. And I see, like, now Josh Alexander is also on his way out. And all four of them are headed to WWE. Now, I mean, but that's just me. You know what I mean? Like, my gut feeling tells me that. You know what I'm saying? So let me know down under the comments what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? And I will definitely catch y'all tomorrow. Mayana! Peace.